Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with me, Charlotte, for CC Fitness Studio. I hope that you are physically fit, well and able to take part in this Pilates routine. If you are under the care of a therapist such as your GP or a physiotherapist or maybe an osteopath, such like, please make sure with that person that you are fit and well to take part in a Pilates program. This video does not take the place of any medical advice and is purely here for educational and hopefully enjoyment purposes. Okay, so this routine is going to be done with a resistance band. So you will need to have one of those. I'm just going to pop mine in half because that's how the routine will begin, and I'm just going to pop that down on the side of my mat, ready to take that when we get going. You might find you need blocks and props, so always nice to have something maybe behind the back of the head for some of us, just to keep that rib cage really sunk in the front. You don't want to be working really with a sort of a flared rib cage or a lifted chin as you work on the mat. You might notice I've got some gloves on. They've got little pads in them to help me when I hold the band. Sometimes I get a bit sore on that thumb joint, and it can distract the whole kind of routine. So in order to make the routine as effective as possible and not be disturbed by any sort of soreness, if you pop a pair of gloves on, something with a nice little bit of pad, then you should be able to cope and get through okay. Alright, so check in the space around you please, make sure there's nothing around that's going to cause you a mischief or an injury, and then we'll get this little routine on the way. So I'm going to begin laying on my back. So have a little look at that line as I bring myself down, check my feet haven't veered over one side of the mat, and I'm going to rest my head here on the block. Arms at the side, shoulders are falling wide, and I'm just starting to connect with that all-important breath, which we are inhaling through the nose. Wide and full, fill up your lungs to their full potential. Exhalation breath. Just let the body narrow or the belly come and settle back down into the front of the body. Exhaling and getting heavier as we relax onto the mat. Just keep that good sense of mindful breathing going. You're aware of the breath, you're thinking of the breath, and you're trying to go through the breathing as fully and as effectively as you can. We're calming the body, we're calming the mind, and we're just trying to prepare for what is coming up. I'm going to go into some clenching and some tension just to really try and let go of everything as much as we can. So on my inhalation breath now, I'm going to clench my fists, squeeze my toes, my bottom, my face, squeeze my arms into the side, really shrug my shoulders. Exhale, you release all the scrunch in the bunch, in the tension, you relax and get heavy on the mat. Two more, so inhale, scrunch and bunch it all up. Exhale, release and let it go. One last time, scrunch it, bunch it, really feel that tight tension, and then just let that go. Going to gently, slowly bring the body into bent leg position. And I'm thinking of my pelvic tilts, or maybe I'm imagining that I've got a bowl of water on my belly button. As I inhale, I'd like to tip the water towards my thighs, small arch. And as I soft imprint, we're going to come down here onto this lower back. So inhalation is the arch, exhalation is the soft imprint. And we're going to do another 4. And another 3. Breathing fully. 2, keep your shoulders open, make sure they're not lifting or hunching. Trying to shrug towards the ears, we'll go one more time there. And then pause for a moment. I want you thinking of your waistline, thinking about your hip bones, and then we're going to move into hip hitching. So as you hitch a hip, the waistline shortens. And then it lengthens as you glide that hip down and long. In this process, if you can, you'll see one knee just gently pushing in front of the other. So the hip glides down, goes long, that knee slightly pushes in front of the other. As that knee slightly pushes in front, push a bit heavier into that side foot. And as the other knee pushes forwards, press a little bit heavier into that foot. We've got a little imitation here of how the body sort of moves as we walk down the street. Hips are hitching and gliding, knees are tracking one gently in front of the other, and as it pushes in front of the other, you push heavier through that foot, and then change it to the other side. One more time, and then we level up. The pelvis. We think of a marble on the belly button. We're going to change the direction of the pelvis. I'm going to place my fingers on my hip bones just so maybe you can get a little bit more of a visual. So as I roll the marble to the left, my right hip is going to push towards the ceiling. As I roll the marble across to the other side, the hip pushes up towards the ceiling. So the marble rolls away and the hip goes up to the ceiling. The marble rolls away to the other side, the hip pushes up towards the ceiling. Now can you get a similar movement through the knees here? So as my left hip goes up, that knee could potentially push a little bit in front. And then I go to the other side. I'm trying to get that knee to push a little bit in front, albeit there's a different direction here through the pelvis. Not sliding and gliding the hips, but rolling the marble across side to side. Again, I will push heavier into the foot where I can see that knee just going a bit higher, or I can just feel it moving in front of the other one. And then we come back to the centre and rest. All the while there, sorry I didn't mention the rib cage, but you don't want your rib cage here being too lively with the movement that you're doing. I'm now moving on to the band, which is in half. Make sure the rib cage is sunk in the front of the body, shoulders away from the ears. I want you thinking about your heels, like you're pushing your heels towards each other, like there's a magnet there pulling them in. And also into the sit bones, that same sort of thought process, like you're trying to draw your sit bones towards each other. It helps to engage through the lower body and bring it up into the centre. I'm wide through my arms. I'm rolling my wrist forward so that I imagine that I haven't got this wrist joint, I can't move it. Just to help to protect the wrist a little bit as we start working. So on the inhalation breath, I'm going to shoot my band up towards the ceiling. You see my arms getting longer. I'm going to drop them wide as the arms come back down. 2 more. And then again one more time. Good. From there, I'm thinking my knees are one end of the elastic band and the band I'm holding is the other end. As I inhale, knees away from band, band away from knees. And then I return to the centre. I'm trying to keep my ribcage under control in the front of the body. I'm using an inhale breath to take the band over. And then exhale to bring it back. I'm going to take the band side to side now. Lower body is not moving, but as I reach over one way, I'm really pressing that band away from me. Move to the right, feel the back of that shoulder lift there on the left. Move to the left, feel the back of that right shoulder coming away, really stretching and pushing the band away. And also I'm keeping it taut so that it isn't slackening. as I travel across. Last 2. Ooh, don't let that happen. And again, last 1. Push the band away, keep it taut, let the back of that shoulder that's following lift so you can really stretch the arm. And then bring it back towards the centre. I'm now going to move on to a heel slide. So as I inhale, I'm reaching the band over, stretching the body long like an elastic band again, foot away from band, band away from foot, and then I bring it back. I do 2 more, sliding away, and returning, sliding away, and returning. We're going to change over, sliding and stretching long, and then coming back. And again, inhale, exhale, and again, inhale, and exhale. Good, knees and feet are together. I'm going to rotate again the upper body, and as I do that, I'm now going to drop the knees the opposite way. Take a nice inhale. Before I exhale, pull across to the other side. Inhale as I'm dropping the knees and the band. Exhale as I travel through the centre. 3 and 4. Try not to stop doing that. And 5. It's probably the gloves actually, it might be a little bit slippy, so just make sure I've got a good grip on that. And then returning. Good, from here I'm opening up the band nice and long now, so it's no longer in half. I do work with my arms kind of wider than my shoulders, so that I can perform the movement and there isn't too much resistance here, although I am working the resistance of the band. Inhalation, preparation. Exhale, pull the band widening towards the chest. Now I'm doing 3. You could maybe do 5, but not really many more than that. I want you thinking quality of the movement. Are you breathing with it? Have you got a little pull of your heels together? Have you got a little pull of your sit bones together? And then I'll do 1 more. With the arms nice and long, I'm now going to exhale and pull on the right arm. Exhaling down to the ground, and then bring it back up. Did you see that? I better do the other side. Look, exhale, pull down. And again, pull down. Lovely, and now change to the other side for me. Exhale and pull. We do 3. We do 2. And we do 1 more time. Good, now I'm going to add in opposite knee. So as I pull down on the right arm, I'm going to drop my left knee out wide. 3. And 2. And then 1. Good, going to change over to the other side, pulling down on one arm, dropping wide through the other leg. 2 more. And then 1 more. Good, from here I'm going to go both knees together, dropping wide and pull the band again. 3, if you want to do 5, okay. 2. And then 1 more time. Lovely, and take a little pause there. Just wiggle your fingers and your thumbs as we take the band now into 1 foot. Now do watch your bands here. If you've got sticky, tacky bands, is good. Slipper socks are good with a little grip on the bottom as well. Now I'm in this bent leg position here. Anchoring the elbows down, spreading wide through my shoulders. Inhalation, preparation. Exhale, I now push out on this leg. Now again, I'm going for 3, but if you want to do 5, go for 5. Keep your rib cage in and under control. Pin it down. 3. Make sure you're not losing good form through your upper body, not scrunching and bunching your shoulders. You move to a cycle action. You're inhaling for half the cycle, you're exhaling for the other half. Good, 2. You're trying to feel the resistance of the band all the way through, push into it. Then resist it a bit as it comes in towards you. Reverse your cycle. Push down, out, low, and up the straight leg. Push down, out, low, up with a straight leg. And again. Hold the leg in a straight position and finish with a straight leg drop for 3, for 2, and 1. Now we're going to hold the leg here and we're going to start to experience this hamstring stretch here. Always good to stretch. Now without moving this foot or this leg, I'm going to try and perform a pelvic tilt, 3 of them. As I inhale, I'm going to try and put a little arch in my back, and that pulls the muscle. Be careful you don't go too heavy or in too crazy. As I soft imprint, alright, my butt might feel like it's lifting a little bit. Then I drop that sit bone down as I create the arch again. Then I lose the arch. 1 more. Arch. Soft imprint and pause. Opening up the legs wide, or the band wide, okay, and from here, I'm now just going to sway the leg across the body for outer thigh stretch, push your foot into that band, and out a little bit for inner thigh stretch. And again, 2, and wide, and 3, and wide. Bring the leg back up. Now there are choices here as you rock and roll. First choice, look, the elbows are down and they help me here into this position. Another choice is to reach up without using the elbows and make life maybe a little bit more challenging here. Good. Now again, you can do 5. I'm going to do 3. That's my 3rd. If you want to do 2 more, do 2 more. Doesn't matter if you're a little bit behind the video. And then I'm up onto the back side. Now this is for footwork, okay, nice strong feet, nice strong ankles is what we want. So we'll pull back on that band, make sure I've got a decent amount of resistance to push into with my foot. I'm really trying to stretch open the front of my ankle as I press into the band. 1 more time. Good, I'm going to press into the band and I'm going to stay there, here. I'm going to remove my band so you can see how open this ankle is, pulled back on the toes, and I'm educating the body into that position. Now I'm going to put it back the other way. Yeah, use your band, and now soften the knee, try and get a bit of a stretch and a pull again, maybe more so through this area, but again it might come up to the back of the knee for some of us, or the hamstring again, up a bit further. And then just rest a moment. We're now going to do something called a slump, which plays around the nerve. Just be careful because the feeling can get, well, it feels fuzzy, it feels different. As I pull, breathe in, then I slump. I'm almost trying to get my forehead down on my knee. 3. And 2. And then 1 more time. And then we pause. Opening up the band so that we can do a roll down, back down onto the mat. So from here, sitting tall, pushing the feet into the band, trying to keep my arms long. So I'm reaching for my toes, but I'm pushing my belly button, waistline back to the mat first. Then I'm going to try and do my mid-back. Then I'm going to try and do my lower back, my upper back. Unhooking the foot, I've already done. Bending the leg in the band, anchoring the elbows, taking an inhale breath. Exhale to push again. Now it's 3 or 5. 1. Don't gun off too quickly. 2. Exhale away. Resist the band coming back in. 1 more time. And resist that coming back in. It's a cycle. Inhalation for half the cycle. Exhalation for the other. And again, 3 in the reverse. 2. And 1. Straight leg. Down it goes, 3 or 5. Push into the band, keep pushed into the band all the way up. 2, exhale down, inhale up. 1 more, exhale down. Inhale up. From here, we're in the hamstring stretch again through the back of the thigh. We're going to try and perform those 3 pelvic tilts. Try not to let the leg move. I go to small arch. I feel the stretch. My soft imprint. It feels like my sort of sit bone has come towards me. I push the sit down bone down and away to go arch. I bring it back up to soft imprint. And 1 more. Arch. Imprint. From here, opening up the band. Across the body, inhale, out to thigh stretch. Wide if you haven't got a wall in the way. In a thigh stretch, or just about. And 2. Push the foot in. And 1. And here we are at the centre. So do you want to use your elbows? We're going to do the rock and the roll, or you're going to reach up, inhaling to prepare, exhaling to that hover. 1. And the hover. 2. And the hover. 3. Oh, didn't quite get there. And up to the back side. Okay, so here, we're in the footwork again. Pushing into the band, sit nice and tall, roll the shoulders, think about your posture, and push in. 1, and push in. 2, push in. 3, push in and stay there, yeah? So educate again the body on that position. Couple of breaths. Bring it back, little pull. Feel it more so through the back of the thigh, lower leg area, holding. Sitting tall, preparing for the slump. Let's inhale down, almost like getting that forehead on my knee. And roll back up. And again, 2. And again, 3. Very nice. Opening up the band, we're coming down again, both feet in. We're going to roll back vertebra by vertebra, breathing in. And 1, lower back, mid back, and then the upper back. Carefully taking 1 foot out. Taking the band off the other foot, and now draping across the hips. Now this is because we're going to prepare for a shoulder bridge. Arms are quite wide, gluing that band to the ground with my hands, making sure I've got nothing really behind my head that's going to really crush my chin onto my chest. So from this position, we're going to breathe in. Exhale, we're going to tip the tailbone, rolling up, vertebra by vertebra, shoulders are wide, push the hips up into the band, stay there. Inhale, band away. Keep going over the head with the band, inhale, bring it back, maybe a little tap on the hips. 2 more times, keep your big toes down, pull your sit bones in, Drag your heels like trying to drag them towards each other. Band on the hips. Push up into your band before you roll down again. Vertebra by vertebra. Now we've got 2 more to go. I'm going to do something different with the arms. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, push the hips into the band. Feel the resistance of the band as you travel up. Keep your ribcage under control. Lift the band away, inhale. Exhale, pull the band to chest again. Now, 3 or 5. How long can you hold the position for with good form? One more time. Good, band to the hips. Push up and in before you come down. Very nice. Last time, everybody. Curl the tailbone, roll up, push the hips into the band, big toes down, sit bones pulling together, heels pulling together, up with the band, ready for single arm pull. Look away as you pull down on that arm. And again, rotate the head, look away as you pull down on that arm. We're doing 2 more. Again, you can do another one on each side if you want to. Band to the hips, push up and in, and vertebra by vertebra. You return to the mat. I'm now going to put both feet into the mat. I'm rocking and rolling again here. Arms are either long or anchored with the elbows. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, push the feet in, pull a little bit on the band, keep the arms long. 1. And 2. We're going all the way to the back side. On 3. Lovely. In this position, we're now getting ready for our arm series. So with that, I'm going to spin around actually. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to bring the arms in front, fully extended, and look how I brought them up to that shoulder level. So the first movement we perform here is our bicep curl. Inhale, exhale, and pull your thumbs to your shoulders here. 3. And 2. And 1. Bend the elbows, stay at 90. Look at the elbows going back, 90 degrees between the upper arm and the lower arm. Do not break it. 1. 2. 3. This is a dive. Now, rotate, let me show you. Rotate your thumbs inwards, push the band back, dive down. Return, bring the thumbs back in, or the reverse action. And again, so rotate the thumbs in, push the band back, dive down. Come back up, rotate the thumbs in and sit tall. 1 more time, rotate the thumbs in, push away. Bring it back up. Good, wiggle your fingers and your thumbs, let them have a bit of a rest. Give yourself a roll down to break all this up. Change the shape. Pelvic tilt. C curve. Shoulders wide. Push your feet into the band. Pull on it a little bit to help guide you down. Breathe in. Exhale. Nod the chin to chest. Feel the band pulling you forwards. Pulling you. Look at that scoot. Abdominals. Maybe a little lean forwards. And then we come back up. So from here, I'm going to move you on to the second arm series, but you can repeat that arm series again when you do it a second time or a third time. Okay, so now I've gone really wide. Let me show you again here. Really wide on this band. Hardly anything hanging out by the little fingers. inhalation preparation. Exhale, right arm up, left arm down, pull. So you've got a bit of a diagonal, change that, diagonal, pull. Hold it there, wide dive, pull, down to knees, look at the arms, lifting, up, round, lovely bit of shoulder mobility, changing it to the arms, left up, right down, pull, change over, pull, put on the band, wide dive, down, bring the arms up, over, 2 more times, right up, left down, pull, other way, pull, put on the band, wide dive, down, up and over with the arms, and we are last time, left up, right down, and again, last time, pull, wide dive, down, arms up, round and over. I definitely think you could do that first arm series twice, if you could. Okay, I'm going to stretch the shoulders out. I'm going to do that by placing my hands behind me. Watch this elbow joint, don't really push all the weight into it. I'm going to ooch my bottom forwards a little bit at a time. Might even end up bending my knees a little bit. Some people will go further than others. I do not expect to see everything the same as what you see on the screen. You hold. You start to feel the stretch. You can do a little round the shoulders, drop the chin. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chin. With another 2. And another 1. From there, I'm going to walk my hands in, baby, small steps, micro steps, not one big one, then you leave the other one stranded behind you. Good. Okay, so from this position, we're now going to spin over onto all fours. In that, I take my band across the mat. I'm going to use that in a moment. For now, you're going to come down to all fours. And we're just going to round our back in this position, tucking the chin to the tail to the chin, round, and then arch. And then 2. And then again for 3. Good, keeping the band in that position. I'm going to spin around again because I know that I need a bit more space for my arms. And I'm going to come and pin the band down with my hips here. I'm taking the band and my knuckles are facing the ground and I'm really reaching my knuckles down towards my heels. I'm bringing that front shoulder away from the mat and in line with the earlobes. I'm still thinking connection of the heels and the sit bones. Breathe in. Stretch the arms right to your heels. Breathe out, just the band. Push up. 3. Now reach for the heels, as I've mentioned all the time. Stretch to the heels. Reach to the heels. From there, add in breastbone, forehead, float. Press into the band. Down and down. Forehead, breastbone, float, say inhale. Exhale the band. Inhale down, all the way. Good, try again. Inhale up. Band press. Down and down. Forehead, breastbone, float. Stay there, hovered. Last 3 on the arms. 2 on the arms. Keep the arms up. Roll the head to the right, to the left. Can you do that one more time? Right, left, eyes, and down, everybody. Very nice. Now I'm going to release the band so I can take my hands right to the end again. Very little hanging out. Well, it's dependent on the length of your band, but don't have it too taut here. Rest the forehead. Attention to the heels and the sit bones. Inhale, roll your thumb towards the ceiling, thumbs towards the ceiling, roll your shoulder back. 3. And again, 2, just make sure you're not holding your breath. Long like a dart from the head of the crown of the head down to the toes. Keep your thumbs up. Inhale, exhale, forehead, breastbone, float and hold. One arm at a time. I am lifting and lifting. 2 more. Lifting and lifting. Good. I'm lowering down. Rotating the thumbs down. Rotating the thumbs all the way up to the shoulder, spiralling back, forehead, breastbone, float and hold. Can you do both arms together? And 3, despite the fact that my mum might just be getting a little bit lost there. 2, but you'll see it as it pops up. Good. And again, one more time. Good. Bring your hands in, elbows up. I've still got hold of the band. This is breaststroke. Some people prefer to do it without the band because it's quite taxing on the shoulders. Be aware of that. I'm going to come up, exhaling. Still exhaling, pushing forwards. Inhaling, round and down. Exhale, I'm coming up, still exhaling, pushing. Inhaling the circle round and down. One more. Exhaling all the way into that push. Good. And now I'm going to reverse it, everybody. I'm exhaling up, but going wide in front and down. Up and wide in front and down. Last time. And up, wide, in front and down. Last bit on the front of the body. Going back out wide, I'm gluing my palms on the ground for the moment. Taking a nice inhale, thinking of aeroplane. So as I exhale, I'm going to try and lift. And then the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Lower down, release the band. Hands in, big push back, and find that child pose. So just drop the head down, really breathe into your lower back. And then just come up from there. So I'm hoping everybody is okay on their knees. I'm going to spread the band out and I'd like you to kneel on it. So both knees on, taking the band one piece in each hand. It's quite taut there. Inhalation, roll the shoulders down, out and wide. Exhale, press the band back. 3, 2, hold it back on 1, reach your knuckles down to the ground, rotate the head to the right, and the left, and the right, eyes to the front, ease off the band, keep your eyes on the front, press the band back again, 3, press the band back again, 2, rib cage under control, hold it back there on 3. Rotate the head round to the left, the right, the left, and bring the arms back to the side of the body. Lovely. Roll the shoulders out a few times. Keep that tautness and think of swaying back from the knees. Keep your rib cage in control. Breathe in, grow tall. Exhale. 3. You might get a little pull on your band there. 2, but do not bend your elbows, not trying to pull it up. 1 more. Very nice. All right, I'm working my hands. I've got quite a lot of slack now at the side. I'm bringing one foot in front. Okay, I'm pulling my sit bones in. Feel like this foot is stuck with super glue in front of me, but like I'm dragging that heel in towards the body. Inhaling, shoulders rolling wide and down. Exhaling, front raise, 3. Front raise, 2. Front raise, 1. Wide on the arms, here. Exhaling, 1. Keep your neck long, like tortoise out of the shell as the arms start lifting. Rib cage under control, last 1. And then we have a little sequence. Arms up in front to hold, open out, still holding, rotate over the thigh, arms down, and again, breathe in. Exhale, up, wide, inhale, rotate, and lower the arms down. Roll your shoulders. Let's change over, please. Other knee on, other foot in front, sit bones, pull together, foot on the ground, like it's stuck with super glue, you're dragging it in towards the body. Inhale, shoulders round and wide and down. Exhale, front raise again, 3, and 2, and 1. Into the wide, exhale, remember neck long, tortoise out the shell, 3, tortoise out the shell, 2, tortoise out the shell, 1, little sequence, 2 times through, up in front, hold, wide, hold, over the thigh, stay tall, drop it down, last time, in front, hold, out. Rotate and down. For the last time, bring both knees onto the band. Go back to being quite taut at the side of the knees. And we're going to go for last 3. Sway back from the knees. And 1. Breathing. Make sure you're not holding your breath, please. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, last 1. And breathe in. Very nice. I'm going to let go of the band. I'm just going to pop it out the way. And I'm going to come into a cross-legged position. Doesn't have to be deep. You could make it shallow. Also, if you struggle to sit up tall, you could put yourself on a little platform. I mean, something sometimes even as small as that, you know, if you sit on that, can help you just feel a little bit more upright. We're just going to stretch it out now with one arm across the body, a little press. A nod down for 3, inhale, exhale. A nod down for 2. A nod down for 1. Arm goes to the side and we reach over. 3, try and avoid looking at the floor. 2. And 1. And then here I'm now going to fall forward like a rag doll. I'm really going to try and stretch the hips out here as I breathe in at least 3 or 2 breaths. And then up. Going to uncross and recross. Going to bring the other arm across the body and press. And breathe as I drop down. Inhaling 1. Inhaling 2. Then 3. Okay, so the arm down on the ground, side body stretching. 3. 2. And 1. Finally, ragdoll. Fall forward, let the hips stretch out. 3 breaths or 2, nice and deep. And then coming back up. And there you have it, everyone. there's a little Pilates routine with a band. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you do it lots of times.